Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Shirani. Today I'm going to show you how to make Belizean Black Dinna or Chimole. So the main ingredient in this dish is black recado. If you don't have black recado, you can't make this dish. If you don't know what black recado is or you've never heard of it, on here on the package it says this one is made of dried chili, corn flour, salt, garlic and other spices, just so you have an idea of what it tastes like. And this has a very smoky flavor. It will give your dish a nice flavor. I know it's very hard to find here in the States, but I brought this one back from Belize and it's a very popular thing in Belize. People use it all the time. So it's widely available in Belize, but here it's very hard to find. I had this other one that I brought back from Belize many years ago that I never used. So when I went back recently, I bought this big one and this is just much more fresher. So for this recipe, I wanted to go ahead and measure out what I need and dissolve it and just let it sit there until I'm ready for it. I have a little confession to make, or a big confession, I don't know. But I did not know how to make this dish. So I called my cousin in Belize. I called Erilyn because she always makes this and it's always so good. But I called her and asked her how to make it, so she told me what she put in it and I came up with the measurements for you. So thanks gal Ero. So for this recipe, I'm using a 1/4 cup of the black recado. I'm going to put enough water in here to cover it and then I'll be back. Take your spoon and mash it around in the bowl, and you're going to do this until it's completely dissolved. A lot of people just use their hands to do this, but I don't like to use my hands. I prefer to use a spoon because I don't like to get my hands dirty. As always, I'm going to have the exact measurements in the description box below for you. Don't forget, if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Every thumbs up helps to get my videos out there. And if you like my channel, I would appreciate it if you would consider subscribing. The reason you want to do this ahead of time is that so it could help with the sandiness in the soup. Sometimes people complain about the soup have that sandy texture, so this should help a little bit. Okay, let's get the pot on the stove and start this thing. So I'm adding about a tablespoon of oil to my pot and I have this over medium heat. To my pot, I'm going to add about 3.5 pounds of chicken drumsticks that I went ahead and washed and cleaned really good. I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of complete seasoning, and this is the one I use. 1 tablespoon of consommé, and consommé is just chicken flavored bouillon, and make sure you get this brand because if you don't, it wouldn't be authentic to the Belizean dish. 1 teaspoon of black pepper, a 1/4 cup of chopped onion, and 3 cloves of chopped garlic. Give that a stir and let that cook for about 15 minutes or so, or until the meat starts to get brown. And just be sure to go in there and stir it often. By the way, you don't have to use drumsticks in this recipe. You can use a whole chicken, you can use chicken thighs, you can use whatever you want. I'm just using drumsticks because these were on sale. Okay, now it's time to add the water to the pot, and I'm adding 8 cups of water. I'm adding my black recado now. One packet of Maggi soup, and if you're not familiar, it's just a chicken flavored noodle soup mix. You're going to need 1 can of pickled jalapeno, and I'm going to take the jalapenos out because I don't want this dish to be too spicy, but I just want it to have that nice pickled flavor and that hint of spice from the jalapeno. I made this dish earlier when I was testing the recipe, so I had some jalapenos in my dish already, and I'm just going to add these to it. If you want yours really spicy, you can always just add one of the jalapeno to your plate when you're eating it. A 1/4 cup of chopped cilantro, a 1/4 cup of chopped culantro, and I'm going to insert a clip here so you can see what it looks like. Culantro has a totally different flavor than cilantro. A lot of people get them confused, but they're not the same and they look totally different too. You are going to need 1.5 pounds of potatoes for this dish, and this is what I had on hand. I didn't want to go out and buy some more potatoes when I already have potato, so I'm just using what I have, but you can use any potato you like. And I'm just going to wash these and cut these in half. If you haven't been following me on Instagram yet, you can do so at Cooking with Shirani. I'm always sharing stuff in my stories over there, so come follow me. I'm going to cover this and let this cook for 40 minutes. While that's cooking, I'm going to boil some eggs. Now this all depends on how much chicken you're making and how much people you're feeding. I like to do 1 egg per person per meal. But I mean, sometimes people want more egg and more meat and you know. And I'm only boiling them for 10 minutes. After they boil, I like to put them in some cold water to shock them, to cool them down. And once they cool down, I just peel them and they peel so easy. You'll have no problem at all. After the 40 minutes is up, I'm going to put my boiled eggs in the pot. And I'm also going to add 2 Roma tomatoes that I chopped. I'm going to cover this back and let it cook for 5 minutes. Once the 5 minutes is up, I like to turn off the stove and remove the pot from the heat. And I just like to let it sit a little bit before I serve it. You know, just so all the flavors could marry together. So just let it sit a little bit before you serve it. So in total, from beginning to end, this took 1 hour to cook. This soup has different names. Some people call it Chimole, some call it black soup, some call it Black Dinna. So you'll hear different names, but it's the same thing. I know this looks a little trippy, and I have to be honest, for the longest time I never wanted to eat this thing. I not even me want to taste it. I just like, that thing no look nice. Me no want that no look nice, right? But then once I taste it, I was like, oh my goodness, but this flavor is so good. So once you get past the color and you just taste it, you'll be surprised at how good it is. I'm going to leave links below for you. I'll see if I could find some black recado and link it below. And everything that I use, I have linked in my Amazon store also. So be sure to check them out. Now, some people eat this with rice and some people eat it with corn tortilla. It's up to you. I like it with corn tortilla because, you know, I love corn. But, I mean, you can eat it with rice, you can eat it with whatever you want. Also, I see people add grind meat to this dish, but let's be honest, I mean, my gosh, things hard these days, people broke. I don't know who have money to buy grind meat and chicken these days, right? But if you want to put grind meat in it, put it in there. But I didn't because, you know, I don't feel like it needs it, and I mean, it's pretty good on its own. And my cousin says she not put it in if she wants, so I just do what she do. To me, the flavor is a cross between Belizean caldo and Belizean escabeche. And for those of you who don't know what those are, the only way I can describe this Black Dinna is it's like a good chicken soup, like a really nice flavorful chicken soup that has a spicy flavor to it, but it also has a pickle flavor from the jalapenos. So it's like a pickly, spicy chicken soup. Just think of it as a chicken noodle soup cousin, like distant cousin. Well, I really hope you enjoyed this one. This has been a very highly requested video. I'm sorry it took me so long to make it, but I couldn't get my hands on the black recado, so I finally did. But thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. If you haven't yet subscribed, please don't forget to do that, and I'll talk to you in my next one. Take care. Bye.